This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Netflix. Coming up on Destructoid, the new Borderlands 2 trailer comes with controversy. Dust and Elysian Tail is a furry's dream and a pretty good game, and Shark Week is upon us. All that and more right now on Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Monday, haircut.
Jawsome.
Oh.
Oh, we
is
want
that
to do
where
Shark
we were
Week?
going with the...
I was going to do Shark Week.
Okay, let's do Shark Week then.
Because, yeah, I did get a haircut.
Yeah, but
it?
that's really all that's interesting about it.
We could have talked about sharks,
I'm
but no,
sorry,
it
we're
had
gonna
to be
talk
my
about sharks
hair.
in the second half of
Always
the
my
show.
hair. We are going to talk about sharks in the second half of the show because it is Shark Week.
Yes.
But
yes,
in the
it
meantime,
is.
let's talk about some news.
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't be any day of the week without some kind of internet outrage. And this week's controversy is sponsored by none other than Borderlands 2. Gearbox revealed to Eurogamer this morning one of the skill trees for their upcoming Necromancer DLC class. It's called the Best Friends Forever tree, and it's designed to help familiarize newcomers to the first-person shooter genre by essentially making it easier. So, for example, one skill is the Close Enough skill, which every time you miss a target, gives your bullet a chance to ricochet off a nearby object and hit an enemy for damage. Sounds pretty cool, right? Wrong! The controversy arose in an interview when the game's lead designer, John Hemingway, anecdotally referred to the skill tree as girlfriend mode, implying that girls can't play video games well. Of course, almost every news outlet blew this way out of proportion, and Randy Pitchford himself had to clarify via Twitter this morning, saying, quote, Borderlands 2 does not have a girlfriend mode. Anyone that says otherwise is misinformed or trying to stir up something that isn't there. He also tweeted, the future DLC Necromancer class has a skill tree that makes it easier for less skilled co-op partners, any gender, to play and be useful. And then I assume after he tweeted that, he performed a magic trick or something really insane. So there you guys go. Sexism solved. On to more palatable Borderlands 2 news. Gearbox released a new trailer this morning called Come and Get Me, which shows Handsome Jack's point of view on the whole Take Back Pandora thing. In it, he gives some brief descriptions of the 4 Vault Hunters before issuing them a challenge to come and get me as he stands beside his army of giant robots. You know what, Jack? I bet I'd be pretty powerful too if I had a group of animatronic machines doing all my work for me. I bet you're not even handsome underneath that mask. It's all a lie, isn't it? Isn't it?
Does he wear a mask?
Yeah, can't you see it taped onto his head?
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't looking very closely.
Who knows what it looks like
I was too
underneath
distracted by the controversy. Tara, as a lady, what do you think of this?
I feel like it's definitely not representative of all of Gearbox, just one designer's comments. I think he was probably just referring to the fact that maybe his own girlfriend is bad at video games, and he kind of generalized all women like that. I don't get offended very easily.
I don't know. I remember hearing that term used to describe like Super Mario Galaxy, where you have one person with the Wiimote picking up those little star things.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's the first time it's been used.
Dude, I suck
before,
at video games.
so.
I could use that.
Yeah.
Anyway, considering the lineup so far, this year's Xbox Live Summer of Arcade has been more of a bummer of arcade. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. However, the last entry, Dust and Elysian Tail, seems to be the belle of the ball. Jim Sterling just put up his review over on Destructoid.com, and he came away sounding rather impressed. An Elysian Tail starts with its hero, Dust, awakening with a bad case of amnesia, a magical talking sword, and a flying cat thing named Fidget, I guess? Okay, that works. From there, he's got to find out who he is by fighting some bad guys and doing some magic. Pretty par for the course for video games. The gameplay is combo-based beat-em-up, combat mixed with Metroidvania-inspired exploration and a little bit of backtracking. And there's some side quests and some time trial arenas thrown into the mix. Jim said the game clocked in around 7 hours total, which really isn't too shabby for a downloadable game. But really, the appeal here is the visuals. At a glance, it's pretty easy to write off Dust as a game for the DeviantArt furry weeaboos. I know I kind of wrote it off for them, but if you can get past the whimsical anthropomorphic critters and bunnies and weasels and stuff, the visuals are really impressive. Jim praised the animation in Dust, saying it's pulled off as smoothly as any cartoon without feeling as floaty as other games that have attempted similar feats in the past. So, whimsical, yes; floaty, no. Overall, Jim gave Dust and Elysian Tail an 8.5 out of 10, saying that if anything was worth going furry for, Dust is it. That is hitting Xbox Live Arcade this Wednesday for 1,200 Microsoft points, so go check it out.
That looks interesting. I think, wasn't that game mostly made by just one dude?
Yep, there's one guy.
That's quite impressive.
One guy drawing them anthros.
Good on you, man. All right, moving on. Nintendo just released their fall lineup of handheld games, and to go along with that, we got a handful of release dates for some of their first and third-party titles. There's about 70,000 of them on the list, so unless you're really into teenage fashion sims or newborn baby sims or, God forbid, newborn baby fashion sims.
Dear Lord!
I know. You up for a baby fashion show, Max?
Where is my pre-ordering hat?
Those games aside, there are really only a few release dates worth mentioning. Most notably, we can expect to see Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask in stores on October 28th, followed by Paper Mario Sticker Star on November 11th. Then we get Disney Epic Mickey Power of Illusion on November 18th. And finally, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed on November 20th. I know that's what you guys are looking forward to. I'm actually really excited about Power of Mickey.
They put the hedgehog in the car, and then they make the car turn into the boat.
Sonic's driving a car, isn't it cute?
Doesn't make sense.
So they've also listed Fluidity, which is a really fun physics-based puzzle game. That's going to release on the eShop sometime in Q4. No release date for that yet. And then they also had a handful of DS titles on there, none of which I care about at all, except for Adventure Time, Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage, which oddly enough is not have a actual release date on that thing. It's just listed out as coming out in fall, even though WayForward announced a release date of November 13th a few weeks ago. So I don't know what's going on there. Also, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's my job. Looks like Luigi's Mansion has been pushed back to 2013. Not only that, but Animal Crossing is nowhere to be seen on that list, which also implies that it might be getting a 2013 release date. What are you up to, Nintendo? What's your game here?
Yo,
What's
when's
your
that
game
Wii U
plan?
coming out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, fill out some spreadsheets. Stop not scheduling. Anyway,
Stop jerking off, Nintendo.
Yeah, ew. Okay, so one game I keep forgetting is actually coming out this year, speaking of release dates and stuff, but I'm actually looking forward to is XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is Firaxis' take on the classic turn-based strategy alien shooting Earth defense game. The original XCOM UFO games didn't have multiplayer, but that is something that's being included in this new version for the far-off year of 2012. And before you get all mad about unnecessary multiplayer being tacked on, it sounds pretty okay. 2 players will pick a squad consisting of 6 units of XCOM troops or aliens, and will compete against each other in a deathmatch. It's pretty straightforward. It's not tied into the single-player campaign or anything like that. I don't think you have to log into Facebook to use it. It just, lets some players fight against each other with some aliens and some alien fighters. And yeah, you can play as the aliens for the first time, which is interesting. I'm normally completely turned off by turn-based strategy games because I don't like to focus or pay attention to things, but I have this weird feeling I might really enjoy XCOM. Like it might not be anything super innovative for the multiplayer, but turn-based deathmatch is like, that's a multiplayer I can get on board with. I mean, it's like Worms, right? That's XCOM, isn't it? It's just hardcore Worms.
Yeah.
That's the game I'm thinking of, right?
Sure.
Anyway, Destructoid's ace reporter Alistair Pinsoff interviewed a couple of devs from Firaxis about the series. Got them talking about the difficulty. The original XCOM is known for its difficulty, and there's an easier, like normal mode in this, as well as a more difficult classic mode that's paying homage to the old school games. There's also an impossible mode, which is possible, though they said only one of the game's testers have beaten it so far. And then of course there's Iron Man mode, which is not affiliated with the Avengers, but it just doesn't let you save your game when you're going through it. So if your squad members die, there's no reloading to resurrect them. You should go read Alistair's interview. He also talks to the devs about Sid Meier and Valkyria Chronicles. Some nice things like that. Meanwhile, Zach and I are actually going to go play XCOM this Wednesday. That's 2 days from now, and we're going to be checking out the multiplayer, I think. So, do you have any questions about this XCOM game? What enemies are unknown to you that we should find out more about? Leave those in the comments below, and I will ask them to people. That's what we do here.
Yes, indeed it is. We've got sharks to talk about, but first, why don't we thank our sponsor?
Let's do it.
Chances are, if you're watching this show, you've got some form of media player at home, whether it be a game console, personal computer, even phones have them now. That means there's no excuse for you to not be using Netflix. Netflix streams your favorite TV episodes and movies directly to your home, saving you time, money, and the hassle of dealing with a cable company. All you need to stream is a Netflix-enabled device like an Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, or Nintendo Wii. And if you prefer to leave the TV out of it altogether, you can also stream right to your PC or Mac. For a limited time, Netflix is offering all Destructoid viewers their own free trial membership. Just go to netflix.com/Destructoid and sign up. And remember that Netflix is now available in the UK and Ireland, so our viewers overseas can get the same free trial as in the US. Just visit netflix.co.uk/Destructoid if you're in the UK and netflix.ie/Destructoid in Ireland. Back to the show. So as you guys are probably well aware now because you're all gifted genius wizards, yesterday marked the beginning of Shark Week, which is the Discovery Channel's annual week-long celebration of sharks. And since Max and I here are both technically employed by Discovery and have weird obsessions with aquatic animals, one of us more than the other, we thought we would take this week to run down some of the greatest shark moments in gaming history. Take it away, Max!
Okay. In honor of Shark Week, the Destructoid Show would like to take this moment to honor great shark moments in shark gaming history. Today we remember Sharkman from Mega Man 3, not the Mega Man 3 for Nintendo that everyone loves. No sir, this was from the classic DOS game, Mega Man 3. The robots are revolting, released for the IBM PC in 1990. The only thing more deadly than Sharkman's revolting robotic bite was his deadly shark boomerang? Why would a shark have a boomerang? That is stupid. That does not even make sense.
Wrap it up.
This concludes great shark moments in shark gaming history. Tara, back to you.
Thank you, Max. That was exciting. I'm afraid that is all the time we have for today's show. But before we go, a couple things we gotta plug first. Tonight at midnight, Max's Sleeping Dogs review will be going up on this channel.
Those dogs ain't sleeping tonight.
No,
they staying up late.
Not. That is going to be on this channel, youtube.com/Detoid at midnight Pacific time. So if you've been eagerly awaiting that game, which I know a lot of you have, be sure to check that out. I, on the other hand, will be putting up my Darksiders 2 review over on our Rev3 Games channel at youtube.com/Rev3Games. That's going up at 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed to both Detoid and Rev3 Games so you don't miss either one. Guys, I put a lot of work into my review, and writing is really hard. So even if you don't care about Darksiders 2, just click it to make me feel good, please.
Actually, if you want to check out something really cool, you should go watch the interview that I did with the senior producer for Sleeping Dogs. That went up this morning, and it's great. It's on this channel right here. We talked about cool things like fish and dogs and some cars, I think. But you should watch that because it's a video we did, and it's helpful.
Why are you always stealing my spotlight?
Why are you always reviewing Darksiders 2?
I did it for like a week.
All right, let's get out of here.
Before we get out of here, you guys should go follow us on Twitter where we say all the disgusting and offensive things that we are not allowed to say on this show, which is surprisingly not much. I'm on there at Terra Longest. He is Max Scoville, and of course the show is on there too at Detoid Show. We'll see you guys back here on Wednesday. In the meantime, watch those reviews.
Get them videos.
Click like.
Love you.